All right, greetings once again. I'm gonna have to hold this close to my face. Sorry, it's so noisy in here. Um, I wanted to just talk briefly about. Look, there I am in the mirror. Can you see me? About some positive things that are going on in this culture, this whole milieu, this time that we're in, and there is kind of like a revival, as it were, of people who are interested in their native roots and they're the old, what we call the old ways. And there's people that are interested in like kind of intertribal cooperation now. There's things happening. In other words, there's kind of like an Indian movement, an Indian revival happening right now. It's led by some very exciting, just grassroots people, no big names, no big leaders, but just people out there. The AIM Alabama chapter. Of course, I'm really proud of them and what they're doing because they're combining, Muskogee, right? That's the sort of the old culture, the old language, and they're combining that and they're uniting creeks, like Porch Creeks, with the Mississippi Choctaw and going to powwows together. The Mississippi Choctaw invited the MOA band of Choctaws from Alabama to come over to their powwow. I think there's a big stickball tournament that's going to happen between all the different factions of the Choctaws. Okay. And so that's pretty cool. That's like unity, which is power. It's people not being distracted, not being divided. And what the First Nations have to offer themselves, the sovereignty of their land and maybe the better quality food if they get back into hunting and fishing, organic farming, the Three Sisters garden, corn, beans and squash, you know. And then these ways of having what you call a chufanixa or a beloved circle, a clan, a family structure that you're tight and that and you're very much a part of. And when you're part of a clan, a family structure, a tribe, maybe whatever, um, it's hard to manipulate you. It's hard for people to isolate you and deceive you and tell you that worrying about Donald Trump voters is more important than knowing what Raytheon is up to or something. It's hard for them to pull that off if you're part of a community, right? And we have the answer. Native people, First Nations people have the answer. It's love and respect, right? Respect for Mother Earth, respect for other animals, respect for plants, respect for everything around you, and respect for yourself. That kind of thing could be the antidote to the corporate takeover that has happened. What Chris Hedges describes as inverted totalitarianism, corporate takeover, right? It's totally happened. We're no longer in a democracy. We are in a corporate coup. And it's been that way, I think, since the primary of 2016. The DNC, heavily aligned with the CIA, the Atlantic Council, and all these other huge entities, did everything they could to block Bernie Sanders. And they did block Bernie Sanders. And they used CNN to do it. They used everything. They just used anything and everything they could to block Bernie Sanders in the primary. Then they went on to lose the general election against all odds. Hillary Clinton lost the general election to Donald Trump. Okay? But then the deep state and the DNC, the CIA, and the people on that side of things decided, wow, awesome for us, because what a distraction. Donald Trump, the Distracto clown. Here he goes. And that's what happened. And they went after Donald Trump like crazy for 4 years, right? And again, you never heard the name of Raytheon or West Exec or anybody, nothing like that. You didn't hear anything was going on out there in the real world, the big bad world. Instead, you were focused on what a racist Trump is and stuff like that, right? Culture war stuff with Trump. And that's what they want. That's what they did. Right? And so that's kind of the loop, the frame that we're still in is MAGA people versus like elitist on the coast, right? That's the frame they want to keep us in. And that's what they're keeping us in, that kind of a frame, So, yeah, the frame is totally a distraction. It's not the real frame. The frame is elites versus you and your family. They want to take you off your land. They don't want you to have be a member of a community. They want you isolated as an automaton on the internet, digitally distracted out of your mind forever, while they financialize, globalize, digitalize everything that matters and take it into their realm of control and leave you to fight about who's gay or who's a Christian or who's a Republican or who's a Trump voter, stuff like that, right? That's what they kind of want you to be focused on. And you are. You're just totally dutifully, you're totally there. Today, again, no mention, Raytheon, West Exec, the Geo Group, Pam Bondi, Palantir, no mention, nobody cares. Elon Musk doing the thing, that's everywhere, right? Everyone just completely fell for it, whatever that is. I don't know yet. But I wish you wouldn't fall for it, and I wish you'd stay more aware. And I wish you had your own agenda, like for healthcare. If you had an agenda for affordable healthcare or affordable housing, and you stayed with that agenda, no matter what the elites, no matter what kind of crappy candidates they put before you, or what kind of distracting crap they say on TV or whatever, no matter that, you're just like, well, hey, whatever. You know what? We still want this healthcare thing. Yeah, and we still want to stop this war. We still want to stop the genocide in Gaza. That's kind of our big focus right now. Let's stop that genocide in Gaza, and then we'll maybe meet you with your culture crap later, right? If you're so concerned about who's gay or who's a Christian or who's a Trump voter or who's not, or anything. If that's your big thing, and maybe we'll get back to that. But in the first place, let's just take care of everybody. Get everybody out of desperate precarity, and then see how they behave after that, right? Once they have a nice, safe housing, safe community. Could you imagine what that's like? Could you imagine a community that actually a working class person could just go and move into an apartment? What that would do for people's minds, sense of well-being?